got our first question to the mic. Okay, they hold hands. What the fuck happened? What's your name? What's your question?
Listen, my name is Miss Moody.
Hey, Miss Moody.
Hi, I'm nervous, but I do have support here. I've been in a relationship with my baby's father since I was 16 years old. We got married. We've been married for 5 years. He recently left me, and I just saw him here with his new girlfriend.
Okay, so he's here? Okay, so what's your question?
This is all fresh for me, so it's like...
Hold on.
Wait, hold on.
This is all new. This is all fresh for me.
You said what?
This is all new for me. Like
It's
this.
all
It's all new for you?
Yes.
So who you bring? Oh, you brought your girl, and you look cute? Okay, so why we give a fuck about what they doing? You having fun?
I'm having fun.
Good.
Y'all look beautiful. I'm having a great time, but
Are y'all divorced?
not yet.
Oh, that's why you give a fuck. Okay, so you gotta say that. She didn't say that.
We have two children.
So y'all are separated. How long have you been separated?
Wouldn't it be fucked up?
6 months to 8 months.
What is it? It's fucked up, right? Wouldn't it be fucked up? It's his turn with the kids. Be like, I gotta work tonight.
And you find his ass here?
He had tonight's conversation and shit. All right, hold on. Before we go further. Hold on. Let's work this out.
What is there to
First
work
of all,
out, though? I'm confused. I really am.
No. All right. True or false? Do you agree with dating while separated?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Let me clarify. He's been with the side chick for many years that he's denied, and it wasn't until recently that I found out, and now he's able to bring her out.
Okay. Oh.
Right.
Okay. All right, hold on. No more new information.
Okay.
No more new information. Okay.
I feel like I know y'all. I watched the
All right,
podcast.
listen.
Come on.
All right, let's tackle this piece by piece. Do you agree with dating while still married? Would you date a still married man?
Hell no, absolutely not. Hard no.
Why not?
Because he's still married. And because my thing is, I know that they have conversations that still probably represent marriage or still represent some flirtatious things, right
Not
or wrong?
at all.
You don't?
Not at all.
So y'all completely, I wouldn't do it either way, sis. I'm not dating your husband. Until he's no longer your husband, then he is not free to be my man or my husband.
Now, do you think the way you get them is the way you lose them? Like,
Yes.
Like, no or yes? Like,
Yes.
for example, if you here with this man.
If I'm here with this
First of all,
man-
I'm sorry. Come talk to me after the show. I'm gonna give y'all tickets back, y'all refunds, cause I feel bad for you. But like,
If I'm with that man, my ass is clenched tight. I'm uncomfortable.
why is that?
I shouldn't be here with this nigga, and especially he got all this shit going on. I'm here to have a good time. You took me to Cheddar's at tonight's conversation, and now you got your ex talking crazy on the mic. I shouldn't be with you.
Bet you didn't know the show was finna be about you tonight, nigga.
Hey, you know what's fucked up though? Secretly, this probably turned her on. She about to suck the shit out of that nigga's dick tonight. Cause no, hold on. There are some women that get off on taking somebody else's man. But let's take this back. Let's take this back. So you're uncomfortable right now a little bit
Very much so.
because it's fresh for you. And it seems like this man is not only moving on, but the moving on that he's doing happened while y'all was still together. And now it feels like it's rubbing it in the face of you because y'all not even divorced yet and he's still here. Now, here's the thing. Brother, I love you. But fuck that nigga.
Fuck him.
Listen.
Fuck that nigga.
Fuck that nigga. You got your outfit on, you got the cherry 11s and
look,
shit.
The titties are tittying.
Yeah.
You might meet somebody else baby daddy today.
Okay.
It's stepdaddy season. Is it fall? Okay.
It's cold
Now,
outside. It's
can we
cold.
go back? Now let's talk about this point. Is it possible, strong possibility though, not just possible, is it a strong possibility that you can be promoted from the side chick to the main chick? And
Is that a promotion or a demotion? Cause now I'm the main chick, and in about 2 to 3 years, whenever I piss you off or whenever you're done, you gonna have me in this same uncomfortable fucking position. So did I get promoted or demoted?
She's not a smart woman. She's not
True.
smart.
I say that, like, if a man puts you in the side chick position first, that's gonna be your position throughout the duration of your relationship. I think because there's certain traits about you that he's seen that's like, okay, this is cool for the side, but I don't trust you 24/7. I don't trust you with my livelihood, with the codes to my bank accounts, with having kids with me and things of that nature. No, you are a fun time. When we go out and travel or whatever the case may be, like the sex is great, like you giving me head randomly and all of these great things that a lot of times the man is not getting in his relationship. Another conversation for another day. But what I'm saying is this, right? When that man designates you in that position, that is your position, because men decide very, very quickly what your role is going to be in his life, and it's a less than likely chance you'll ever leave that category.
Hold on, but
Ain't no
just
self-reflection, nothing. Just monkey branch into the next supply.
just because I'm currently married to the love of my life, don't mean I can't meet the love of my life.
But the wild shit is that you kind of right, but
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but if she's truly the love of your life, would she settle for that role right out of the gate?
ooh. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you this. Flowers grow from dirty soil. No,
Nigga, I was about to say.
Hold on.
Come on.
I'm playing. Thank you for your question. I appreciate you.
Hey,
Now-
got a gift for you. Go to my table, boo.
Now, I want to stick on this point real quick though. Katie, why do you think people venture out of marriages without breaking them off completely first before they start infidelity?
All right.
Let's start.
Okay. This is layered, so I'm gonna try to go down as much as I can. Anybody who steps outside of a marriage, usually it's because there's a lack of fulfillment, not blaming the other partner. There's a lack of emotional fulfillment, or they're looking for a void to be filled. Or else they've gotten to that place to where commitment has become a huge responsibility and they're looking for that thrill. This is not me putting anything on the betrayed partner at all, because I don't believe that a betrayed partner should be responsible for the process of that healing in the beginning, and I also don't believe that the betrayed partner should be responsible for anything in regards to that cheating early on. But whenever you see that the offending partner, the cheater, steps out, I'm gonna say this to anybody who has ever been betrayed. I'm gonna speak to you all. I'm sure there's been a lot of people who've been betrayed and they have dealt with infidelity before. Their betrayal is a reflection of their choices, not your worth. So don't attach your worth to what choices they made. When someone does not have an identity outside of their marriage, they look to their partner as a sole source of their emotional fulfillment. And that's where a lot of their unhappiness comes from. And then you start to feel guilty because they start pointing the finger at you to make you feel like they can equate whatever their offense is to your wrongdoings or whatever it is that you fell short on. Don't allow that to happen. This is the reason why post-infidelity, so many people actually struggle with recovering. But for the young lady who was just at the mic right now, I'm sure because you have dealt with that infidelity, it is still hard for you to process. But look at it this way, because sometimes you do have to reframe the way you see things in a way that you think. It's painful, but it's possible for you to get over. Look at this now as this is a gradual way of you being exposed to this trigger now. Look at this opportunity. If you change the way you think, you'll heal a lot faster. Be glad that now you see that this is a space that still evokes some type of distress.
Yes.
Now it's your responsibility to go ahead and start regulating those emotions and processing what's going on. Don't judge yourself for what this person has done. Don't judge yourself if you're angry, if you're sad, if you're confused, if you're disoriented, if you're disorganized. Don't judge yourself. This is where self-validation triumphs self-judgment. Start validating your experiences. You have the right to feel this way. You have the right to feel what's going on in this space right now. To that person who, if she said he's in the audience, oh, okay. Hey, baby. Yeah, wherever you are, I wish I can say something a little bit in true kitty form.
Right.
But how disrespectful, how insensitive is it for you, the audacity for you to come into a space where you more than likely knew that your wife, who is still technically your wife, is going to be here. That shows the amount of respect you don't even have for yourself. in this instance, to come into a space like this, you are intentionally trying to punish this woman. I don't care what it is that you all have gone through. If you are not legally divorced and it's still separation and there are still feelings that need to be processed, don't keep on hurting somebody. Think about that. And if y'all have kids or anything else, think about what that's going to do to them as well. You need that woman to be in a good mental space. If you have children, especially for the sake of your home and your children. That's all I got to say.
Clap it up, clap it up. Keita, did you have a question?
I do have a question for you. Do you believe in dating while separated?
So,
Because what is the point of a separation?
So listen.
It depends on what type of separation it is and what separation looks like for each person.
But if me and you have been miserable for 6 months and we've been trying, but we've been talking about divorce and we know that this is coming to the end of our relationship, right? And so it's been 6 months. I decided to go to tonight's conversation and maybe I didn't know that you were going to be there. Am I wrong? Am I a cheater?
No. So listen. No, he's a cheater.
Okay, he's a cheater because of what she said, but
what she said, allegedly he's a cheater because it's happened before, and I think that is the dangerous part. The dangerous part is neither one of those parties in that new relationship or whatever it is are absolutely sure that those feelings are authentic. For example, that man wanted to run away from his relationship, so he found somebody that was willing to have him run towards her. And then now that woman is getting the shades of a man that she never really saw. She liked him and met him when he was committed. So she got borrowed time, the good time. She didn't have to deal with the man that failed a little bit or was discouraged a little bit or had weaknesses. So now they get to really explore whether or not this is really gonna work out. And odds
well,
are.
this date night sucks. This one, I'm not sucking your dick at all after this shit.
Suck his dick,
you
please.
had your bitch come
Suck
here.
his dick. Hey, listen, that's your man. Stand behind him. Please suck his dick tonight.
This sucks.
All right. What's your name? What's your question?
I personally, because I went through a divorce, I was separated for a while. It was because when you own homes and property, like sometimes the divorces can be drawn out. So I dated, like I literally dated while I was going through like a year. After a year of separation, I think I started dating. So I don't see anything wrong with that part. What I will say about her is I think that she's still processing everything that has went on in their relationship, her hurt, her trauma, the cheating. So I feel like everything that she said was valid. That's kind of like my take on it. I think that everything she said was valid. I think that I think one of the ladies, Kitty, was like, don't, process your feelings and your emotions. And I feel like she's still doing that. So I couldn't imagine like having someone cheat on me and then parade the person around that they've been cheating or lying and said they haven't been cheating with for 2 years. But I think that's also about like knowing your partner, like, and who you're with and working through those issues, because obviously that wasn't an issue that they were willing to work through, because I know plenty of couples that had infidelity in their relationships and, they were able to work it out, go to counseling, go to therapy. So I also think that it depends on how much you value your relationship and your marriage. As far as like, oh, my man cheated, so I'm out the door. But obviously he had this long-term relationship, so he was in a full-on relationship with another person while he was married. I think that that's different. I don't think you can work that out. Like, you cheated on me once or twice, whatever, but a full-on relationship, I don't think I would ever be able to get past that. So but I do agree. Like, you can be separated and still date. I've never dated a married man, but I was on the other end of that because technically I was still married, but we actually had to get a legal separation because I was removing him from like insurance and all of that. So our separation was literally legal. Like, we paid for it, we had attorneys, but the divorce didn't come to a year, I think a year and a half later. So I just think, different strokes for different folks, and it depends on your circumstance.
Okay. All right. What about you, Brother Hink? What are your thoughts about that?
Well, first thing is that chick was being sloppy, man. Let's be honest. Let's tell the truth. She's being sloppy, and she was intentionally being sloppy about the whole situation. She intentionally wanted to find a way up to that microphone just to let it be known what's happening. I'm sure that probably wasn't her legitimate question she had initially, if she even had a question. but she was being sloppy, so she took advantage of the moment. Now, as far as the dating when I separated, hey man, to each his own. I know I did it a couple times when I was separated. So, but nothing serious, just out getting some ass. But it is what it is. Now I know in Kentucky, before you can get your divorce finalized, you have to be separated at least 6 months to a year. And in our state, also make you take classes. They also made my son go to counseling. So you talking about a year time span from the day we filed paperwork to it actually happened. Well, really more than that, but officially it was a year. So I mean, to ask somebody to go that long, well, maybe you can, maybe you can. I mean, but like I said, it depends on what you consider dating. Now, to me, dating means I'm not committed to one individual. I'm just out here having fun with whoever I'm with that day or that night or whatever the situation. I could just be hanging out with a group of friends, and they might consider that. Somebody may say I'm dating one of these girls in the group, and it might not be the case. I'm just hanging out with a few people, but some people may consider dating, saying you should be going out, you should be enjoying yourself while you're going through the process. Yeah, I don't believe that, because people deal with situations differently. It might be their way of getting past whatever they're going through, and so if that means going out on a date or two, so be it. I look at it like, as long as it's not to the point where it's disrespectful, I guess, to both parties, I think it's all right. I'll leave it there.
I'm gonna go around the roundabout on this. So I'm gonna speak from the perspective of when I went through my divorce. I would say it has yes and no as far as should you wait while you're going through a divorce, because I checked out, I filed my divorce in October. I didn't start dating again until January, which that was probably too soon for me, but it just kind of happened that way. However, I really liked the guy, and every 2-3 weeks I was coming back from court fighting my case. He had an issue with the fact that I still wasn't divorced yet, and he literally broke up with me like by April because he got tired of it, and he was like, that means that y'all might get back together. I couldn't move forward because that person was like, he couldn't deal with the fact that every time I came back from court, I still wasn't divorced yet. So in that perspective, to each his own, like Hank said, you just, you trying to move on, but at the end of the day, when you still married, you still got ties to that person, and that person, whoever you move on with, they got to deal with that divorce too at the same time. So it just depends on how you trying to rock with it. Like if you just trying to have sex like Hank, when you just trying to have sex. I really like the guy. I'm used to being in relationships, so in my mind, I'm like, I'm about to be with this dude. But he was like, nah, shorty. And even though I was done with my husband, he was like, nah, you still married. So
Go ahead, Allie.
I know that, well, first of all, I guess I'm not really understanding Hank's comment about how it was sloppy, because I know the way that they advertised that show, because I know they ran their circuit here in Chicago, is they advertise it like prepare for audience participation. This is the time and place and space to talk about things like that. So I'm not sure how I'm understanding the sloppy part. But as far as dating,
I can explain to you. I can explain to you when you're done.
Hold on, Hank. Hold on. Let her finish.
Yeah.
As far as dating when you are going through a divorce, I know it's so variable depending on the state. I know Illinois can take up to 4 years. That's a long time. So I do think that there are certain things that should be in a row before you start dating, like have the legal separation paperwork to say that you are legally separated. And I think that's okay. But the people that are out here dating when they're don't have any of those things together, they're still living together, they do, all of that stuff, I think that's where it gets really messy. But yeah, to Coco's point, it may be too soon, even if you're 5-6 months out, give it more time. But yeah, I think it just really varies by state, because like I said, 4 years is a long time. So that's my take on it.
All right, go ahead, Rilla.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this short and sweet, man. Finish your plate, right? The ideal scenario is for you to finish your plate. You know, I think the sister Coco was just saying, hey, I couldn't even move forward because the gentleman had enough boundaries and self-awareness for himself that he didn't want to be attached to a situation that was attached to another situation. And regardless of how we look at it, we want what we want, right? So I'm mindful of the fact that when we saying, to each his own, that's like Hank was saying, man, listen, I just want some ass. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go out and give me a piece of ass. The thing that we don't take into account though is how that potentially impacts the other person. If it's two adults, it's mutually agreed, you know what I'm saying? Fair exchange is no robbery, right? But in general, I think you should finish your breakfast, finish your plate. You know what I'm saying? If you're going through the process, go through the process. And the idea that people don't have enough self-discipline to either go into monk mode, go through therapy, meditate, do what you got to do without the assistance of having to have someone else around you. I think we got to challenge that, right? If you got to go into monk mode, go into monk mode, hunker down, go work out, go kick it with the homies. And I'm definitely not saying don't keep the presence. If you enjoy the presence of, whoever you're attracted to, enjoy that presence, but I didn't hear if the sister was in on that clip. I didn't hear if she was seriously involved in another situation or if it was casual. Because the other thing is, to Hink's point, if it's casual and you just seeing somebody casually, then I don't know, maybe, but I think you should finish your breakfast, finish your plate, then move on.
All right, go ahead, Hank. You wanted to respond to Ali?
Yeah, the reason why I said it's sloppy is because she didn't have to talk about that. She didn't have to bring that up. She just used that moment to bring her business to the forefront. That's what she did. She intentionally did that. That's why I said it was sloppy. Why she did that? Why did you have to bring up your ex is here with his new woman or mistress or whatever title you want to call it? She did that because she wanted to be sloppy and wanted to see how the panel was going to respond and react to it. That was a whole thing to try to embarrass the man. That's exactly what she was trying to do. So that's why I said she's being sloppy.
Duh. I mean, that's not being sloppy, but duh, her intent was to put him on the spot with the girl. So I don't think it was sloppy. I think she had a chance to get her jab, whatever it was. Y'all know whoever's been through a divorce, y'all know it can get to war. It can be tit for tat. That dude came to a talks and conversation show that talks about relationships, and he's still married and he's out there with the side chick. He walks himself into that fire. Sorry, boo, you got trapped, burn. So no, she wasn't messy. She did what she did. She said what she said, and
Nah,
she don't owe him no grace or the girl he with grace. Get up, get out. What y'all got to talk about?
That's that's
And the
that's
way they
probably that's
And
probably why he
the
was
fact
cheating
that
on
you
her ass in the
the
first
fact
place.
but
that you
wait,
don't even think that's sloppy, the fact that you don't even think that's sloppy lets me
yeah,
know
that's
further know I know how sloppy that really is. Because you sit there and say, but he should, despite of whatever the case may be, why
You
did
razzle, I
everybody have
dazzle.
to put their
That's how she felt.
why does
You razzle, I
every
dazzle.
why okay, why does everybody got to put all their business like that out in the streets? Ma'am, let me tell you what also makes you, it does make you look bad.
I
Because
don't,
that
I
shows
don't,
how
I would never do that. That's something that I wouldn't do, but I definitely
go ahead,
understand the
go ahead,
reason why someone else do things, okay? Just because I
go ahead.
understand why someone else do it,
Let me
no,
read
I
something.
don't put my business out there. However, if I feel like that you messy and sloppy for coming in here, then we about to go sloppy together then. That's how she felt, and she's entitled to that. Sorry.
So you think he went out and reached out to us? Hey, are you going to that show tonight or this show? Because I'm sure they probably had multiple shows. So you think he intentionally said, "Well, I'm going to the 7 o'clock show." What show you going to? You going to the 8 o'clock show, 9 o'clock show, or you going on Saturday? You going Sunday? You think he intentionally did that shit? No, I'm sure it wasn't intentional. It
No, he
just was.
didn't intentionally do that.
Okay,
She
so it's
didn't
coincidence.
intentionally be there to put him on the spot when he walked in. Hey, neither one of them knew they was gonna be there. That's what happened when it happened.
But at the
but to Hink
same
point
time,
though,
it,
but
go ahead,
hey,
Will. Go
hey,
ahead.
hey, just really quick, Hink. But to Hink point though, who in the audience even know who this dude and this other lady is? That's why it's sloppy. She made herself look bad. Everybody in the audience know. All dude got to do is lay low. They probably gonna have or maybe not. If he real player, he ain't even having a conversation with her about it. She absolutely made herself look like that was nothing player about that. And guess what? Shout out to tonight's conversation. They running it up. They running it up. And all she got was a funky leg back. That was sloppy, G. That was sloppy.
My thing is that that's literally the whole point of the show. I saw all the advertisements prior to, and they literally tell you, come prepared to ask us questions. That's, in my opinion, even though it was sloppy for her to say it about her personal life, it was the time, place, and space to get her questions answered. Like, that's the whole premise of the circuit. As messy as it is.
Thank you for making that make sense, because I couldn't figure it out. But that's what I mean. You're coming to a talking conversation.
Have you been? Have you been there?
She could use a third party. My friend is going through this situation, and her husband. She could have said anything.
That's not a therapeutic session for her.
Who got time to laugh? You gonna put your business out there? Why put your business out there and put somebody else's name on it? It is what it is.
Yeah, but
everybody knows that it's not a therapy session,
right?
The ads were running on Instagram like nonstop.
Have you been to the production? Have you seen it?
No,
Yes, I have. They came here in Arizona. I went to 2 of them. I know exactly how I go. They tell you about the questions first. When you get there, you get to write down your questions. They keep the questions in a box so that they know what to do when they on the panel, and then they still go out there and they grab the box and this person here, and they ask the questions. I know exactly how it works.
Okay, so now here's a follow-up. Where's the therapy session, or where's the support and aid and assistance for after they ask their questions and they the ones that still got to go home with that situation? It's sloppy.
That's not a therapy. That's what the problem is. Y'all be trying to expect these people to have PhDs in relationships and stuff when you know this is a public, real panel, and there ain't nobody no PhDs in there.
Right. It's great.
So why are you looking for therapy at Talks and Recreation or whatever they call it?
The only reason why she would get up to ask the question is if she's looking for therapy. She's looking for help for it. So I think y'all, I understand what y'all saying, but y'all got to think like the common person. People are literally going on the show for therapy. That's it. They're going.
Crazy. That's crazy. I look at it. None of these people got degrees on this stuff. It's just all everybody's experience and what they found on the internet.
I thought Kitty had a degree or something like that. Doesn't Kitty have a degree or something? So people, especially women, because we primarily see women go on the show, they are going on that show for therapy. I don't know why y'all acting like that's not true. That's all the way.
I didn't say that's not true. Some people do got issues that they think that that's therapy for them. I'm not excluding that at all. But if you really think you're going to get questions answered and you need therapy and not just try to get some insight on your view and see if someone sees it the way you see it, that's 2 different entities of trying to get therapy and trying to get insight on your current situation.
I think that
it's the same. It's the same damn thing. She could have easily had got up there. Yeah. She could have easily had got up there and said exactly what she was going through without, you know what I'm saying, bringing attention that dude was there. Just like he said.
I get that. She's emotional though. She didn't know that was going to happen. She acted off of her emotions. It's done. She's already did it. So what you going to do? Is focus on tearing her down? She already did it. She hurt. She hurt, and that's why she did it. So what you gonna do? That's all that's important now is just to tear her down because she shouldn't have said it. She should have did it this way. It's like she going through a divorce, and if you've never been through one, you don't know.
Okay, I do want to. Hold on, I do want to.
Call me a heifer one more time in that context. You can call me a heifer, but not in that context. Okay.
I didn't call you.
One more time.
I said, is that heifer your friend because you going hard for her? That's what I said.
No. I'm a girl's girl. I'm a girl's girl. I've always been that. I know that we do some dumb shit. I am a girl's girl, but I also understand where our actions come from when we do things like that. I understood why she did that. No, she didn't have to. I would be embarrassed herself. But okay, sloppy, call me sloppy. I don't use that word, so it doesn't matter. I don't use that word. It's sloppy to you. Some people didn't think it's sloppy. But we're not going to end that girl situation on her being sloppy. Just not going to happen.